I was a 88 Mike, which is a heavy wheeled operator. Now I work for Local 79 as a laborer. With my injury with TBI, other than making, doctor's appointments if I needed, I don't really ask for any other days off.
I ran a supply network that supplied over thousands of goods to our soldiers at 8 different locations in Iraq. And I'm employed by a large corporation that has supply networks throughout the country, similar to the military. My responsibility is distributing products to our stores. I like my son to one day see that and say, wow, my dad was a great man. Companies were fighting over him to get him for his leadership skills, his hard work ethic, his personal courage, and his integrity.
Okay.
We did everything from build base camps to help with demo missions. The Army teaches you a skill set that you can't get anywhere else. You're not going to find it in the classroom. You can't read it in a book. One of the biggest questions in my mind was, how am I going to explain to people that I left the Army because of injuries? And, looking at it from an employer's perspective, I understand that that sounds scary, and a lot of questions arise.
Everywhere you look, it's in the news. Hire a veteran. And if you're in HR or own a business, you probably want to do just that. So what is standing in your way? Recent surveys and reports indicate that you might be afraid of PTSD. Well, maybe you're concerned a disabled veteran will detract from your bottom line. Or maybe you don't have any Army tanks in your warehouse, so you're just not sure what an Army tank driver would do if he was at the desk next to you. In the next few minutes, we're going to show you how to knock down the obstacles that may be preventing you from hiring a disabled veteran.
In our business, it's HR sees a resume, and HR is given these keywords that someone needs to have, and they say, well, they don't have them, that person's not a fit. And they'll put that resume in the round file, when in fact they're missing a veteran who has the capabilities to really do quite well in that position. Tell me about a particular accomplishment that you had. I noticed in my initial interview with Kirk that he had some experience in logistics. How did you go about setting up training for individuals? I try to get them to start talking about their experience in terms of their skill sets and their strengths. Not just what they did, but how they did it, how long it took, different skills that it took, or the type of leadership that it took to achieve. Often the component parts of what that military service member has done relates very well.
Our surveys have shown that PTSD is probably a very misunderstood phenomenon.
On any given day in the United States, 7 to 8 million people are struggling with PTSD and are...
Dr. Faris Touma runs the Traumatic Stress Research Program at the National Institute of Mental Health. He defines traumatic brain injury as a physical injury to the brain and PTSD as an anxiety disorder that can develop after experiencing grave physical harm or a situation that threatens grave physical harm.
It may be surprising for people to understand that in the United States, motor vehicle accidents are actually one of the leading causes of PTSD. In the same way that we wouldn't expect a survivor of a motor vehicle accident who develops PTSD to go on a driving rampage, in no way should we expect a returning service member or veteran to act out violently their emotions in a workplace or in any other context.
I decided that I was just going to be as open as I could about my injuries and my recovery. Yes, I've been diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury. Yes, I've been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. I've fought night terrors. I've had a difficult transition. Yes, I get migraines, but probably no different than some people in the office. And I think that I work harder every single day to overcome those obstacles.
Hey, sir, how you doing today? It's John from Caterpillar Financial.
John is a collection representative in our group. We're a finance company, so John is contacting our customers that may be having financial challenges.
Well, it sounds like we'll be able to come up with a solution for you.
John has been at work every day, performing at an exceptionally high level. From our standpoint, from our leadership standpoint, we have not seen any effects from his injuries that he sustained in the military.
I was offered accommodations after I was hired, and I think that shocked a lot of people to hear that somebody with disabilities is going to come in here and say that they don't want it. And I said, I don't need any crutches. I don't want any reason to prove to other people that I'm different. I just want to come in here and I want a chance to excel.
People look to John for direction, and he has a way of motivating those around him toward accomplishing difficult tasks. A lot of our customers are having challenging financial times, and he's able to calmly work with them and make them feel good about the solutions that our company is offering.
You started with how many accounts last month?
500.
And you're down to where?
We should be
As
down.
of today?
Down to about 68 today.
No, let's say 46.
Even better.
Okay.
There was nothing worse that life could possibly throw my way after laying in a hospital bed and worrying about, am I going to be able to walk again? How am I going to get my face back? You know, is my arm going to work? Is my leg going to work? So to go into an office environment now, you know, I'm lucky that I've had the opportunity. I'm working with the most difficult portfolio that we have, and I enjoy it every single day. And while it stresses some people out, I can keep a smile on my face and say this is not that bad, because I know how bad it really can be.
Today really is the first time I'm learning that he had an injury in the Army. I'm shocked because there's no evidence in his daily work. I see no change or no difference from his, you know, the normal person, or what you call a normal person. He looks no different, he works no different.
You think that a person with PTSD or TBI is any more dysfunctional than the other person walking in your door? You're wrong. You're just wrong. Everybody has issues. You hire humans, you have people, you're hiring people, people have problems. You're not getting away from that. You want to hire a machine. When you hire a veteran, they have assistance. If they have PTSD or TBI, they have a place to go to. Whereas that other person walking on the street may not have that support group.
From what I learned from the military with the injury and what I have to do now, take extra time, prep, make sure, do I have everything? Am I going to be able to finish the job I was supposed to do on time? If I need extra time or if I need extra help, I make sure I say something.
William would be the last person to ask favors. I don't know if that's because of his military background or it's just the person who he is.
The key to accommodations is that they have to be reasonable. This is not about employers having to give in to whatever an employee requests, but it is about finding out what's reasonable and what will work for both parties. Research has shown that most accommodations cost less than $500, and many, many, many of them cost nothing.
Every year for the next 5, more than 16,000 disabled American veterans will be ready to return to civilian life, and they all will be looking for jobs.
Pretty much all military people are 1, adaptive, 2, carry a lot of pride, 3, are willing to do change, to learn. I don't find it hard to do anything, or at least say, hey, I don't understand this. Can you teach me? We'll learn. It's just that easy.
If I had the ability to hire someone who had served in the conflict zone or someone that had worn the uniform over a peer with the same education level or the same experience, it's a no-brainer to me. I know that this person's been tried.
Keep up the good work.
You know, we all want to put yellow magnets on our car. We all want to say we support veterans, we support the troops. Oh, it's easy to say that. It feels good to say that, but why don't you just do it? Just do it. Hire the veteran, give them a shot. But they're not asking They're not asking for you to do all the special things for them. They're gonna deliver for you.